ActionAid is a human rights organization, and as such we are working with people undergoing severe violation of human rights. And we work in several regions in Italy and in Apulia, especially with migrant and Italian women working in the agricultural sector. We just concluded a research which will become a publication next year. And we started this research because we analyzed official data about the presence of migrant and Italian women working in the agricultural sector in Italy, and we compared the official data with the contents of interviews we had with the local stakeholders, such as trade unions or small NGOs working with those women, and we are aware that the presence of female workers is much bigger than what official status says about the presence. It can be 4 times the official data presence of female workers in this sector. And there is a problem of invisibility which is linked with the severe violation of human rights and women's rights especially. So the results of this research brought many evidence about exploitation of women workers in agriculture, which is somehow worse than men exploitation in this sector, because women can undergo several violations of human rights. They are victims of violence. They are controlled by caporali, which is a sort of local mafia controlling and organizing the work in the agricultural sectors. The invisibility of female workers is such that the state and local institutions cannot really understand the problems of those workers and are not able to respond to their needs, their welfare needs, for instance, such as childcare services for women workers and other welfare services. And this leads to a control of welfare services by the local mafia that not only organize the labor and the workers during the day, but also control the services which are relevant for the workers, such as transportation and housing. And the state does not provide the services to the women, have no control over the provision of the services for women, which are controlled by the local mafia. So what we ask is that the state and the local institutions are responsible for providing those services, are responsible for really understanding the real presence of female workers in this region, and according to this presence, and fight the invisibility, understand their needs and provide those services, because this is how we can ensure that the local mafia does not control the women, does not control the provision of services. And this is a first step for the recognition of female workers as workers and as women. And the invisibility of women workers is linked also to the denial of accessing decent work opportunities and decent salaries. So we know that those women are not well paid, and they are less paid than men workers compared to men workers in the same sector. And even though sometimes they work even more than men in the agricultural sector. So there is also a problem of exploitation linked to the accessing decent salary, and this leads to the poverty of those women, which have no decent living condition in terms of affording decent housing condition, decent transportation, but also improving their lives in terms of fighting poverty and having access to health, food, etc. And wages are set by local institutions, and even institutions are responsible for this, because in some cases the wage for men is higher than the wage of women, and this is why also women sometimes leave the region or the local city to move to another city, because wages are higher for them.